It's another great week here in Miss Kim's English class, and we want to let you know what is going on. Just a heads up, our class will be going live on Facebook later this week. So if you haven't liked Miss Kim's English class on Facebook, do that now. This week we have a few things to talk about. 1, this week's vocabulary. 2, our writing tip of the week. 3, the Trial to Kill a Mockingbird. 4, the reading calendar.
First, let's go over this week's vocabulary. The quiz is in class on Friday. Formidable. Inspiring wonder, fear, or dread. Think of a bodybuilder or a fierce opponent. 2. Acquiescence. Agreement without protest. Think of a time you did something you didn't want to do without arguing about it. 3. Futility. The feeling of being ineffective, uselessness, hopelessness. Trying to push a boulder up a hill. 4. Venerable. Impressive because of an age or historical association. Think of a pope or a respected judge. 5. Terse. Brief, concise. Think of a sign that is short and direct, like no trespassing.
Those are our words for the week. The Quizlet link is on its learning. Have your child study for a few minutes each night. Next, let's talk about this week's writing tip. In our classes, students have been working on pros and cons essays. This is the type of writing that will probably be assessed on the ACT Inspired. The thing about pros and cons writing is that it requires critical thinking.
So how can you help your child build the skills for this type of writing? Asking for pros and cons of different topics. Don't just tell your child the pros and cons. Push your child to explain pros and cons to you. Here are some suggestions to start with. Pros and cons of getting 8 hours of sleep, pros and cons of using social media, pros and cons of participating in extracurricular activities.
Again, the difficult part of pros and cons writing is the thinking and explanation. The more you talk with your child about pros and cons, the better she will do when she has to write. These conversations may also strengthen your relationship and help your child make better choices. In the future, it's a win-win. Moving on this week and next, our classes will be acting out Tom Robinson trial in To Kill a Mockingbird. Our classroom will be set up like a courtroom, and students will have the opportunity to play different roles from the story. It's a fun way to experience the novel and imagine the courtroom drama from inside. We plan to go live on Facebook during some of these performances, so don't miss out.
Finally, this week we are reading the following chapters. Monday, chapter 14, Tuesday, chapter 15, Wednesday, chapter 16, Thursday, chapter 17, Sunday, chapter 18. To summarize, don't forget to study with your child. Ask him for pros and cons of different topics. Make sure you go look for us on live on Facebook as we perform the trial. And keep your child reading the chapter each night. Again, we hope to update has been informative. If you haven't yet, make sure Miss Kemp's English class on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great week.